What's up, Landon? Yeah, man, kayak race. Man, this is really disappointing. Give me another minute or two. Let some people see if who else is gonna join. I'm not gonna keep this on long. There's not really anything going on right now. So just give me a minute.
And I was a boy from school, helplessly held in all the rules. And there was a boy in school, hopelessly wrestling all his fools. And there was a girl at school, blaming all the words she learned from home. Nothing could keep her a child. in our fantasy.
going to be starting shortly. So I was hoping more people would join and we could have like a pre-race conversation, but I'm not really sure what's going on. It looks like the drivers are walking. It did seem the rain did seem to slow down almost to a stop. But anyway, um welcome guys. This is going to be very short. I'm just going to do this till the race starts. But I did want to give my thoughts on what we've seen so far this weekend. There's good and there's bad, right? So I'm going to tell you the positive first. I really do think that there is a coolness to the NASCAR being on the streets of Chicago, the backdrop, the skyline. Um, Qualifying was really exciting in my opinion. Just watching those cars, race around and qualify for the race. And to see the actual, I don't know what turn it is, but there's a camera angle that shows the car coming over like a hill, and in the background you could see real traffic, right, from the rest of the area. It's amazing. There's something really cool about it. It's everything that I imagined it would be, right? If NASCAR ever did this, right? So I think that's really cool. I think if you're somebody who's never doesn't know anything about racing, never followed NASCAR, and you're watching this just because of the spectacle, there is something cool about it. And I'm really hoping that it translates to bringing in some new viewers, right? And some new followers. That's not going to be something you can measure anytime soon, right? This is long term, right? But you never know, right? Because a lot of these people in Chicago, in that area, don't know anything about racing, don't know anything about NASCAR. A lot of these people actually didn't want this to happen. There's a lot of people in the community because uh, it's sort of like an inconvenience, right? When you live in the big city, just closing down certain areas to traffic, yeah, it can cause a bit of an inconvenience. But I think some of those people, if they actually pay some attention, you never know, right? Who doesn't, some things just for the spectacle of it, it's cool. Like listening to how loud these cars are, watching them race around the track, you really have to be dead inside not to have at least a small part of you say, this is pretty fucking crazy in a good way, right? So to me, that's where the positives start and end. Unfortunately, a lot of the things that I predicted, a lot of the things that I was worried about so far have shown themselves to be exactly what I was afraid of. Now, obviously, I don't want to go too far. We still haven't seen this race. It's about to start. So I'm hoping for better. But let's be honest, man. What we did get, which was half of an Xfinity race, was not good. The on track product is not good, and it's because of the layout. It's not because of the surface of the street. It's very raceable, right? So honestly, the street surface, everything, it's perfectly fine. The problem is the layout. A lot of the track is extremely narrow. It's almost impossible to race too wide. And if you can't race side by side in certain, especially in corners, then how are you going to make passes? So we saw very little passing in what we've seen so far with the Xfinity. Very difficult to pass. It's not the only track like that, right? We call these races track position races, right? That just means that track position is everything. And if you have good track position, you should be able to hold on for a good finish because it's so hard to pass. If you stay out on old tires, it's not going to make that big of a difference. Most road courses, unfortunately, are like that. But The racing has been pretty respectable so far. So, because these guys know there's no room to dive bomb and do some of the things that they normally would do. And I think that has translated to really, really bad. Like, just as far as the on track product. And, that was Xfinity yesterday, right? So I know there's going to be people who are going to probably say, oh, it's the cup cars, it's this. Nah, man, it's the layout of the track. And unfortunately, I didn't like what I saw with Xfinity at all. It was not exciting. And I'm not one of these people that it has to see passing every lap, right? You guys know that. I don't judge those races just on that, but you can't have like fucking 25 laps, 28, whatever it was, and barely see any passing, right? So there's the cool factor of racing on the streets of Chicago, but then there's the actual racing, and you have to judge that for what it is. Um, I'm hoping that we're about to see something better. I really do. I don't want it to be something where the only passing is going to be because somebody in front of you really slips up or makes a mistake. Like, passing in the corner is going to be very difficult. I think most of the passing opportunities are going to be exiting out of the corner. If the person in front of you maybe gets a little squirrely and you can like have a better exit and then you could pass on the straight. But really, if you when you take away that passing in corners from any racetrack, you're going to get a bad product. And usually tracks with really long straights and then into a narrow corner don't put on the best racing. It's one of the things that even the Brickyard, right? And I want the Brickyard to come back, but the Brickyard is way better than this. But you do have those super long straights into corners, but at least those corners you can race, in the corner. Um, I'm hoping that it doesn't turn out to be this way. I'm really hoping for the best. But I'm keeping it 100 like I always do. And so far, what we've seen this weekend is not good. So, and yeah, I don't know why they start this race today at 5, but that was pre-planned. I know that even if they had it for 1 o'clock, there was too much rain today. So it's crazy. So I hope we get to see something cool. I'm about to sign off because I'm not going to keep going into the start of the race. Everybody's getting ready to start. But yeah, I'm hoping for something better. And I'm hoping we get a full race. Like, the weather looks really shitty, and that's the thing that bothers me as well. You can't control the weather, but it sucks, man. There's some people that have been, standing out there in the rain. I wanted the weather conditions to be better for just for the people that are there, because to me, that's the whole point of this whole Chicago street racing, right? Trying to generate some excitement and interest from people that normally don't care about racing or NASCAR. So it really is bad that the weather turned out like this, but you can't blame anyone for the weather. It is what it is. So let's hope we get something better than what we've seen so far. I'll keep my fingers crossed. And if the race doesn't end too late, I'll do a race review. If not, that'll have to wait for tomorrow because I do go home at 10 o'clock tonight. So if the race finishes before 9 o'clock, which it should, but yeah, I'll try to post a race review. So thanks for popping in. Hold on, who's your pick to win? I don't know who's leading. Denny Hamlin. I mean, Suarez is my guy, and he's starting fifth. So, but really, I think it's going to be track position. And unless I'm wrong, which I hope I'm wrong, I really do, probably Denny Hamlin. He was fast in qualifying and practice. I am also curious about this Van. I forgot his name, but he's from Australia and he's driving that Project 91 car, and that guy's fast. So I wouldn't be shocked if that guy pulled it out. Um, yeah, but gun to my head, right now Denny Hamlin is on the pole, and I hope I'm wrong, but I think it's going to be probably track position race. So it might be Denny Hamlin. I am rooting for Suarez, of course. So who knows? I got a lot more to say about this whole weekend, the racing, but obviously I want to see how this race turns out and before I do a race review. So hopefully most of you guys will tune in for that if and when I post it. So hopefully later tonight, if not tomorrow. So thanks for popping in. I just decided to do a quick pre-race uh, talk. I thought it would take longer, but they're out there, and the rain seems to have stopped for the moment. Let's hope they can get the full race in. I would hate to see the race cut short. So a road course ringer, taking it all. Yeah, you never know, man. That I'm telling you, that Gusenberg. I don't remember. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have time to look it up. But that guy, he races those supercars in Australia. That guy's no joke. And clearly he's very comfortable with this car. It's pretty similar to the one they race. Um, yeah, so I really wouldn't be that. I would not consider that a shocking thing to happen. So yeah, so let's hope for the best, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Um, they're about to start, so yeah. So I hope everybody has a good time. I hope it turns out to be better than what we've seen so far. So thanks for watching. Uh, yeah. So later, guys.